man, Supernovas get girls. First, Hancock wanted Luffy. Now this girl Monet, she wants Law. I mean, Supernovas just get girls. Like in real life, you gotta be a thug or like a gang member, and the girls will be all on you until you get locked up. But when you get out, they'll be on you again. This is your boy Me, and welcome to the channel where anime, manga means more. And this time we're reviewing One Piece chapter. Look up at the top because I'm pretty sure I forgot. 671. I just now remembered. Let's go ahead and do this. So we start off at the lake, and Brook, he assumes that the slime is a pervert because he's talking something. Yeah, I read some books where these slimes was like grabbing these, snatching these ladies up and eating their clothes off, like taking their clothes off and whatnot. And Sanji and the samurai dude, what's his name, MangaMiyn or whatever, they both said, man, get me a copy, I need that book. Now Zoro, he looks at the slime in the water and whatnot, and he notices that it looks like similar to like Britney Spears, and he immediately says, it's got to be toxic. Sanji, he goes ahead and dives into the water so he can save MangaMiyn, while the other ones, they get surrounded. Zoro and Brook get surrounded by the slimes, and the slimes, they're like in the shape of the big slimes that they're walking towards them. They look like they're in like attack, right? Like rare form, like the attack formation or something. Meanwhile, Law gets into the lab with, with Chopper in his bag. Now, he's talking to Monet. He says, I gotta use your powers and whatnot, yada, yada, yada. They setting something up. She says, yo, his swag is like killing her right now. She said, what, you wanna go out on a date? He said, no, it ain't that kind of party right now. I need to use your powers or whatever. For some reason, these Supernovas, man, they got them all over them. They don't want to take advantage. Back outside, my voice. What the heck was that? Back outside, Luffy's got Caesar and he's getting ready to smash him, right? But Dig, now he's holding Caesar. What you call him? Frankie and Robin notices that he's using the hot-key. That's a big deal. Little Caesar, he hits Luffy with his gas, right? Luffy just inhales it, and he's like, man, I became immune. Because of Magellan. Remember Magellan? And Little Caesar, he's like, Magellan. He said, oh, that guy back at the, what you call him? He's a Paramecia. He said, don't even compare me. I'm a Logia. Don't compare me to Paramecia. So even they still got that, oh, I'm a Logia mentality. And the Logia still have more powers than the Paramecia. But it's just the main power that they have, which is that, letting attacks, just fly past them and tank and everything, that's gone. But they're still a little bit more powerful than, these other ones. So Luffy, he's wrecking shop. He's killing Caesar. So that's how much Luffy done, advance. But Luffy, I'm going to say Luffy. But Caesar brings in some reinforcement, the slimes, and they start exploding on Luffy. Looked like they had Luffy off guard for a second, but Luffy quickly recovers and just knocks Caesar down on his back. So it looks like the job's done, but then the Marines like, no, we're gonna handle this. We're taking Caesar and we're taking you, Luffy, or whatever. Then Luffy just goes down. Caesar gets back up, and he starts laughing. He said, thought I was playing, didn't you? You know what I'm saying? He said, you thought I was playing games. I always got an extra plan up my sleeve, keep a trick or two up my sleeve. But when Luffy goes down, we cut back to Law. Law goes down seemingly with the same thing, because they both grabbed their heart like, like they had like heartburn or something, like they had to fart like real bad and it was like hurting his stomach. So when Law falls down, this shadowy figure walks right in front of him, and they're like, and he says, how many years has it been, Law? So it's somebody that Law knows. I'm guessing it might be Joker. Okay, so anyway, this chapter was good. There's a couple things I want to touch up on. One thing that I like is the samurai is going to be reassembled. He probably going to be reassembled in the next chapter, and we get to see how he fights with, And the weird thing is he's supposed to be a samurai using two swords, in opposite hands. Using both hands at the same time. That's strange. But somebody said that his devil fruit power is useless. How? I don't get that. We haven't really seen any useless devil fruit powers at all. Somebody said that MangaMiyn, whatever the dude's name is, power is going to be useless, right? I can't get that. Reason being is because of this. Everybody in One Piece powers was used in different ways. Most of them wasn't used. The only person that powers was pretty much useless in the fight that we know of is Mind Clay. That's the only one so far. Plus, we don't know what he can do with his powers. First, the only thing he did so far was make clothes. He might be able to make armor. We don't know what else he can make. Oh my God. Okay, so we don't know what else Tiny Mind can do, or whatever his name is. He might be able to make a Megazord. I don't know if it's only like clothes that he can make, maybe armor, or we don't know what else he can make. He might be able to make weapons. We don't know what he can do. So I think his power is probably going to come in real big handy in fights. And everything doesn't even have to come in handy in fights. He could just come in handy in other things. Like he just came in handy just now, giving everybody clothes. Come in handy with making some, like, because you know what you call them, devil fruit users can't go underwater. He may be able to make some what are they called? Like wetsuits and stuff like that, and diving suits, whatever for him. So it is no way that his power will be useless. Another good thing is the Straw Hats know Haki. Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji use Haki. We found out Frankie already previously knew about it. Robin already previously knew about it. So I'm thinking that Nami, Usopp, all of them knew about it. And probably people probably wondering, well, how would Nami know about it? She was on Weathery or Rathera or whatever it was called. But they said that I'm pretty sure they said in one of those panels or episodes that island's moving, right? And it actually has been through over top of the New World or something, at some point in time, because they know about the weather there. So obviously they dealt with stronger, weather and stuff like that. Maybe and they come down from that thing sometimes. They might encounter somebody with Haki. So that's probably how she knew about it. So anyway, I'm pretty sure that every last Straw Hat knows something about Haki and may have been trying to train to get it and haven't mastered it yet, except for Zoro and Sanji. So that's a good thing. I'm thinking all the Straw Hats are going to get some form of Haki at some point in time. And I can't wait for my boy Usopp to get it. The guy that had Luffy and Law's heart hurting or whatever, I think it was him. Because we didn't see Caesar come out at any point in time. I think it's probably Joker. Even though Law knows him, Law probably knew Joker from the start. The reason being is because, Little Caesar, he had called the Yeti brothers, right? If I'm not mistaken, during that call, he said something about Joker. I think he was calling him, right? Well, the Yeti brothers showed up. Now Joker shows up. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I think he had to set it up, so he must have already been there. But he's just so stealthy that we didn't detect him. I don't know. They didn't show him out. Something like that. He does what he does in silence or something. But anyway, I think that might be Joker. But I don't understand his ties with Law. Maybe he's the guy that got Law working for Caesar. We never know. Now that girl Monet, right? What you call him? What's his name? I can't believe I forgot. Law. He says, I need your powers. Powers. You see what I'm saying? Powers. I don't think that she's a harpy. I think she has a mythical Zoan, which is the harpy fruit. That's what I think. So she might have whatever powers they think the harpies got, that's probably what she got. I think that we just encountered another mythical Zoan. Because he said power. Now, I might be wrong, and she might just be a regular harpy, but I'm pretty sure she's not. I mean, everybody else besides the Scorpions, we found out were just normal humans. I think she got a mythical Zoan. I think she do. Because look at her legs. That's the legs of a harpy. That's not like, I don't think that Law would cut off a bird's wings and the legs and this and that and put it on her. You see what I'm saying? So I think that she has a mythical Zoan type fruit. And I want to see what kind of ability she got. Also, the way she was reacting with Law, that tells me that she probably isn't evil. So the people that said that she might join the Straw Hat, they might be right. Because you can tell by her personality or by her reaction to Law, she probably isn't that evil. She didn't turn around, dun dun dun. You didn't get that feeling like dun dun dun. You didn't get that feeling. So I'm thinking that she's probably, somewhat on the good side, and that so there's a possibility that she might join the Straw Hat. But at the same time, it might be a possibility that somebody evil joins the Straw Hat. We never know. But anyway, go ahead and leave your comments, rate the video, and all that other good stuff. Let me know what you think. Will this Monet or whatever join the Straw Hat? Does she have a mythical zone? Subscribe if you want to, and I'm out. Peace.